Hey, what's up, everyone? There's no one here, so we'll just get straight into it. Don't gotta worry about y'all asking me questions and stuff. Alright. So today we're tabbing out Charlie Robison's wedding song. And Marty Muse on steel. I've done a few Marty solos before, and I know they've all been like fairly basic stuff, so if it starts sounding like it's complicated, the answer is probably simpler than it sounds. Got my tab paper. Just quickly again, we did this last time. We're going to be using the app Amazing Slow Downer. Alright. Because you can connect it to Apple Music and stream the song through there. So I've got the looper set at 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Or I'm sorry, 3 minutes and 2 seconds to 3 minutes and 30 seconds is the solo, so pretty late into the song. I've got it slowed down to about 65% right now. Let me throw this on, and we'll take it from the top. We'll just listen to that first part. Okay, so first thing, got to figure out what key we're in. Do, that's my root note. Alright, so we are in E flat. Alright. Let's listen to that first part again. So that first part, I know it's the melodies on the fifth string, da da da, because I can hear those whole step bends, right? And that just kind of signals that it's the A pedal. So we're bending into the root note, and we're just going to be playing that melody on the fifth string. And let's see if we get any clues after that. Okay, and once we get down to do again, I can hear the harmony come in, and it's kind of a low note, so that's telling me it's 8 and 5. So I know I'm into like an 8 and 5 harmonized scale, right? Right. So I know that's where I'm starting off. I'll go ahead and tab that part out. So 6th fret, on and off A. Then we got to pick at 4, and then we pick with 5 and 8. The harmony comes in. With that 8th string lowered. And then it walks back up. Da 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 da. I think he pedals into that. Listen real quick again. Okay. So I was kind of wrong on that first part. The harmony comes in a bit earlier, I heard this time. And then instead of doing like a full harmonized walk up, it goes straight into that kind of like a 5-chord. So we release that lever, and then it sounds like he picks it again. We'll listen one more time. It sounded like he's picking the 5th string on its own, but leaving the harmony ringing. It's kind of hard to tell. We'll speed it up, see if it sounds clear. Sometimes when you slow it down too much, it's harder to hear. Shoot, I think I'm gonna go with, I can't really tell. Nah, give me one more try. Okay, so I'm going to go with just the 5th string because I really can't hear an extra 8th string pick. Alright, so we got 2 harmonized picks here. But that second one is the beginning of a run that goes. Maybe he just pedals into it. I'm sorry, I know this is like. Really sounds like he picks it. Okay. So then we slide into 6, open, as if it were a 5 chord. And then add in that 5th string, pedals down. And then I hear it slide up after that. And it's still the 1 chord, so I know he's probably just sliding from like the pedals down, E flat, into the pedals up, E flat. We'll listen to it real quick just to make sure. Yeah, and that's what he's doing. All right. So we got to slide up into the 11th fret. And then it sounds like he's just picking the 5th string going on and off the 5th string. Listen to that real quick. So he picks it with the 8th string. Nah. Shoot, can't do it with that pin in my hand. actually, it doesn't pick that one. Oh, shoot. Yeah. And then, so once we get up to the pedals up E flat, we're going to pick and pedal in. Still on 8 and 5. Alright. Okay, so we got that first part down. Let's listen to the next section. Alright. Okay, so I hear a little dissonant sound there right at like 309. So we get... Like we talked about when we first dived in, the melody's been all on string 5 so far. So it's still going to be in this position. So we got to find the harmony somewhere below that. And if we can just pick out the note. Do, right, so in this position. Do, all right, so that part is just 6 and 5 with the B pedal down. And my guess is the run that comes after that is now going to be on 6 and 5. Yeah. Because now we're at our, like, we're on the 5 chord. So we can pretty much confirm that this thing, right? Because there's the 5. And then here's like the dominant 7, you know, B pedal, E flat lever. Right, kind of that classic thing. So he's doing that, but it's only on 6 and 5, so you don't have to lower 4. Cool, so we can add that to the tab. Right, 11th fret, 6 and 5 with B, sliding up into the 13th fret, right, pedals down position, and that's just 5 chord stuff. And then it keeps moving. Let's listen to it. That last note, that's just another part of that 5 chord. Alright, so we know we're just going to add in the 4th string after that. And then I hear a little harmonized walk down. Right, harmonized walk down. It's going to be probably like 3 and 5, right? 3 and 4, 6 and 5, something like that. Da-da. Right, 3 and 5 is usually your best bet, and that's what it is. Let's hear where it goes. So instead of what I heard that time, instead of it like continuing as a harmonized walk down, right? He started, I heard it walk down on a single note. So I just know that's the first string, right? As far as like a single note walk down. Right, because we are in the key of E flat. So it's just part of that E flat major, right? Pedals up scale. Right. So that's what we've got. We've got, we drop back down to the 11th fret, pedals down on 3 and 5. We're going to pick and release. And then grab that first string. Right. Do, do, re, mi, fa. Fa, mi, re, do. Alright, so we got that part. And we can we'll just check in with the tab real quick. We got that first line done. Alright, and da-dum. Oh, I forgot to add in that. Okay. Da-dum, bum, bum. Oh, shoot. Screw that. Da-da-dum. So actually, I just need to cross this one all the way off. Okay. Now we're good to go. Da 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 dum bum 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 ba da da. All right. Let's hear that next part. And if you have any questions, whoever's here, feel free to chime in. Da, 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 da. Just from experience, I know that's a B and C pedal lick. If you listen close again, you can hear that the notes are really high, and that the whole step bend you're hearing is on a high note, right? So your options for that are either way up here with the A pedal, right? Or in a more reasonable position with the C pedal, right? So it's gonna be the C pedal, right? I guess is what I'm getting at, right? We can listen to it again real quick. Da 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 da, right? And I hear it going to the one, right? Mi, re, do, re, do. So I know I'm still in this pedals up E flat position. So I'm gonna just figure it out where it is with B and C. From experience, I know it's just like a 3-2-1 walk down. Right? And he's just adding some footwork into it, so we can tab that out. All right, 13th fret, 3 and 4, B and C. Boom. Right, slide down to 11 and then release. And then go back on and then release again. And it's just one pick, right? So it's all connected. Right, just like that. Da, 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 da. All right, listening on. We're at about 3 minutes and 12 seconds into the song at this point. here's something that's a little interesting. Listen to it again. So what I hear is one note staying the same and one note is lowering. But it's only lowering a half step. So options for that, one note holding and another lowering. It's either the fourth string or the second string is lowering, right? Those are the only two options for a lower, right? Right, that kind of noise. Let's see if we can find the note that's holding. That'll probably give us a better idea. Oh, just missed it. Da. So let's find that note. Da, da. All right, it's a re note. All right. Da. So it's that note on the first string. So that's telling me that it's the second 1 and 2. Right? So cool. So just by like deduction, we figured out that the note holding was on the first string, right? And we talked about the only way we can get one note holding and one note lowering a half step with levers is either by the second string or the fourth string. There's probably a way to get that on 5 and 4. Right. Actually, maybe not. Without some fancy footwork. So cool. So that's the next part. And it makes sense because we're still in this pedals up E flat position, right? The root note. So we're going to grab 1 and 2 at the 11th fret. We'll tab that to the tab. And then we will lower the second string a half step. All right, and it keeps running from there. So that one just sounds like a typical pedals down and release. Yeah, so right, so one note, on this one note's holding and another note is dropping a whole step. So 5 and 4, right? Oh, whoops, I was doing C pedal, that's why it sounds weird. We'll just double check that one more time. Pretty certain. Da-da. Yep. Okay, so now we're 5 and 4, still in this 11th fret position. 5 and 4 pedals down, pick and release. Alright, listening on. So we hear it slide down and then kind of hit a dissonant sound. Da-dum. So I'm just sounding that one out, really. But something needs to happen with the harmony, and we'll figure out what that is. No. So that's 8th fret, 5 and 4, right? We just kind of slide down, and then once we get to that 8th fret, we're going to raise the 4th string a half step. We'll go ahead and add that to the tab. So it's kind of, it sounds like an E flat 7. Yeah. So it's just kind of an interesting way to get to that E flat 7 sound. Slide down and into that position. All right, moving on. And then there it's just a harmonized walk up. We're already on strings 5 and 4, and that's probably where it's staying. We'll listen to it again real quick. So I hear dum bum bum, harmonized walk up, and that last one, the first one sounds like a slide, and then the first one is a slide, and the second one is a pedal. On strings 5 and 4, when it's harmonized, it's either using the E flat lever, so we could do it here at the 9th fret, 5 and 4 with it lowered, or we could do A and F, 2 frets down. Right, and that's just because I know that because I know my harmonized scales, right? Let's hear it the other way with the E flat lever. I think it's this one because this one you pedal into, this right here, and that's kind of what I'm hearing. Even though they're the exact same notes, there are some context clues in there. Yeah. So it's the E flat lever one. So we'll add that to the tab. So we got 9th fret with the 4th string lowered, and we slide into 11, and then we pedal in and release the lever. Cool, so we'll just check in with the tab real quick. Da 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 da. That's a hard one to do. Da 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 ba da dum boo doo doo. Not too shabby, right? All right. Okay. Oops. I missed it. So I got brand new boots yesterday, my first pair in like 8 years. So I might they're pretty tight right now. All right. All right, and then I thought I heard another single note kind of walk up there. Let's listen. Okay. So it actually sounds like there's a unison there. Ba-dum. I need to find that note as a unison. Bum. Bum. Okay. So the note is on the 4th string. And there's two ways to get unisons with the fourth string, right? You can either do it with 1 and 4 with the C pedal, but that means we would have to drop down, right? You can get that on 1 and 4. And with that, right, it's a whole step on the C pedal. So I know that's not right. The other way is to do it with the second string by raising it. And it's a half step raise, right? And that's what I'm hearing. Da da da, right? A unison and then a half step down. So that's I know that's how it starts, right? 4 and 2 with the second string raised. And then we release, right? And then let's hear the rest of the run. I think it's just kind of a simple single note run from there. Actually, bum, ba-dum, he lowers the second string, right? So he goes from half step raise on string 2 to release the raise to lower a whole step, right? On that right knee. And that fourth string just sounds like it's ringing the whole time. Okay, so we hear da-da-dum, and then we hear another note, boom, reach up to that note, and that's the unison you get on 2 and 5, right? When the second string is lowered a whole step, and then you press and 5 with A are the same note, right? So we've got on 5, so that's the whole thing. Kind of tricky thing to tab out, right? So we've got 11th fret, 4th string, then the second string raised a half step, then we release, and then we lower a whole step, and then we pick string 5, and then we pedal in. So if you wanted to go really simple with it, you could go like bum ba da da dum. I like to add a little bit more to it than that, so that we know at the very end of it everything is ringing. Oops. So I'm just adding in bum ba da da dum, and that lets you know that you don't have to like block this stuff. It'll just keep on ringing. All right, and I think we're about home free. We're at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, I'm hearing an E flat, right? A 1 chord harmonized 1 chord. Yeah. 6 and 5 open. Easy enough. Okay, and then it sounds like he's sliding down to the pedals down position. It's getting a little muddy with it being so slow. I'm going to speed it up a bit. So I hear the harmony go back down to the 8th string. Something like that. Something like right. So it's harmonized movement, kind of, right? Pedals up, pedals down. And I knew I had to go back up to the pedals up position because I'm hearing that. Right? But I also hear the harmony moving down, so that means it's not on 6 anymore. And here it does move into a 5 chord, so that means lowering the 8th string, right? And we'll listen again just to double check. He might be grabbing that 9th string there, sounds like. Yeah, so we got kind of 2 options for that last note. It could be pedals down, right, 10 and 6. It's also the same notes as 8 and 5 with 8 lowered at the 4th fret. Actually, I think that's what it is. So he's not doing, I was wrong, it's not 5 and 9. It's actually just pedals down at 4. And by that logic, that means he's doing 8 and 5 at the 4th fret, right? Instead of... Right. So now all we need to do is get the specifics of what's exactly he's getting picked or slid into. So we've got that first part. Go ahead and tab that out. 6 and 5. All right, pedals up, E flat. Also 11th fret. And then to the pedals down. So 6th fret. Boom, boom. And then the next one. So back up to the pedals up, E flat position. This time we're picking 8 and 5. Picking and pedaling in. And then we release pedals and lower 8 to get into that 5 chord. Right. And then I think it goes down to that 4th fret position. Yep. Then just... And that's the whole thing. Right? Because this is just our E flat chord, right? Our one chord. So, we got it all figured out. Really just by knowing that we're in the key of E flat, and it pretty much sticks to pedals up and pedals down E flat positions, right? We got that first part. And it does hit some 8 and 5 harmonized positions, right? Then this little lick. Alright, that's the whole thing, gang. So I will get this cleaned up and you will see it on the YouTube later. I'll check you later.